Hello, students! Woohoo! Welcome, welcome, welcome. So good to see you. Oh yeah, you're here and you're ready for work. So let's get to it. I think everyone's here. Today, we're going to talk about eponyms. We're going to talk about words that end in the suffix ed. And once again, Kelsey has put something in the magic box. E-words. I guessed eggs, but I hope it's not eggs because I don't like eggs. We'll see what's in that box, so you hang on. All right, we'll do that at the end. All right, so first, let's talk about eponyms. Well, just for a review, what are eponyms? Eponyms are words that come from names of a person. Okay, the most common one that we know is sandwich, which, oh, I forgot to put on my word woman crown. Oh, there it is. I gotta have the word woman visit before we talk about eponyms. Okay, so here's sandwich, which comes from the Earl of Sandwich. Diesel, named after Rudolph Diesel. Cardigan, see this sweater? It's a cardigan sweater, you know, the buttons down the front. Named after the Earl of Cardigan. America, named after the Italian mapmaker Amerigo Vespucci. Caesar, have you ever had a Caesar salad? That's named after the Italian chef Caesar Cardini. Fahrenheit, that was named after a physicist. Imagine what it would be like having something that the whole world knew about that had your name on it. That's what could happen if you invent something. There's a lot more. So if you're interested in eponyms, look them up. There's one thing that made me a little bit angry when I started learning about eponyms about 20 years ago. They mostly come from men's names. I mean, there are thousands of women inventors. Women have invented washing machine, the ironing board, computer software. Grace Hopper invented. What would we do without software? But no woman ever stopped to say, at least that I can find, oh, let's name this after myself. I want to name this after myself so the whole world will call this thing. So I have decided the Monopoly game was invented by a woman. So we don't say, well, let's play the Maggie game, the game from Elizabeth Maggie. No, we say, let's play Monopoly. So I have made a vow from this day forward, and I hope some of you will take this same vow, that when you are in a car and you want to turn on the heater, just think that heater was invented in 1893 by a woman, Margaret Wilcox. So I'm just going to start using the name Wilcox. Turn that Wilcox on. And the same with the wiper, the windshield wipers. That woman who invented it, 1903, Mary Anderson, she never said, oh, let's call these the Mary Andersons. But I'm going to take the Wilcox-Anderson pledge, and I'm going to call the heater my Wilcox, and I'm going to call the windshield wipers Mary Anderson. So there you go. I hope somebody does that also. So that's eponyms, and we talked about that. So when you're playing school at home, you can just cross off what you've already talked about. That way you know you're making progress. So now let's talk about the ed endings. We're not going to go through a lot of rules, and there are so many rules, but I just find this so interesting. And if you want your students to be busy for a really long time, which some parents do, and I don't know, some of us want our students to be busy for a really long time, have them go make a list. Have them make a list of all the words that end in ed. It's so much fun to discover that there are 3 sounds at the end of ed. There's ed ending that sounds like d, like opened, enjoyed, loved, tried, played. Can you hear that? It doesn't have what we call voice. It doesn't make this part vibrate. okay? That's the ed as d. And then we have the words that end in ed that make a t sound, like cooked, walked, kissed, dropped, stopped. Now there's all kinds of rules for when to say what, but you know the best way to do it is just to read a whole lot. Then you'll get the hang of it. I find this ending the most interesting, and this is the most infrequent. Ed that sounds like id. Waited, wanted, needed, decided. What's this one? Tasted. And one thing you can do, there's a little clue with this id one, is you just look at the base word or the root word, and if it ends in a T or a D, then the ed word, see? Wait, want, need, decide, taste. If it has a D or a T at the end, then you're going to be saying id. Okay? So go make a list. That's your homework. Go make a list and put them in 3 columns. Get a big sheet, put it in 3 columns, and then divide your words up. Okay, we talked about ed words. We're already ready. Oh my goodness, for the magic box. So I'll take off my word woman and let's see what's in this magic box that Kelsey had. Well, of course, we have eyes. That's the E word, right? Right. So let's see what Kelsey has in here for us. Oh, of course, we love the elephant. Such a nice elephant. Thank you, Kelsey. What a great elephant. And there's really only one other thing in here. And it's the word effort with a can of WD-40. Oh, I think I know what she was going for here. You know, we've talked so much about how effort is so important in anything you do, and much more important, researchers have found, than intelligence. You can just feel better about yourself and get a whole lot more done with effort than you can with intelligence, right? Just ask any happy, successful person, and that person, they'll tell you it was effort that helped them become happy and successful. Well, the reason why Kelsey put effort with the WD-40 is because this product took a lot of effort when, I don't know which branch of the military, but when the United States military, this is way back, I think in the 40s or the 50s, 1940s, 1950s, got together with a group of scientists, and they said, we gotta keep those rockets from freezing. These rockets going into space, it's just not working. We need to find a product that will displace the water and keep it from freezing on the metal. So that's what WD means, water displacement. And why is this product called WD-40? Because it was the 40th time they tried to make something. They put a lot of effort into it. Imagine how good you'd feel if you made something that important and you tried 40 times to do it. So that's good. Thank you, Kelsey. That was kind of got my mind working, got my brain working. So thanks so much for being here today. I hope you'll come next video when we talk about F for freedom. All right, bye-bye, everybody. Have a beautiful day.